Welcome to another edition of Ego on Break. This time we're sitting in the sauna because it's hot as it could be. So, Mr. Creed over here, he doesn't like AC. He likes to be hot.
No, my AC went out and this raggedy piece of crap and it's cost me only $400.
So that's what's going on in his world.
Yeah, thank you.
So in my world, we're just hanging out. So let's talk about managers in professional wrestling. We'll kind of, list off some that we enjoy. Maybe we'll talk about some that get left out. Maybe how they've evolved, all that kind of crap. So, kick it off. Who's your favorite manager?
I'll tell you one I remembered as a kid, and he was local. Was Skandar Akbar.
Absolutely. I think Skandar is one of those guys that really get, he gets left off the list a lot of times.
I think he's mainly Southern.
Right. Right. I think another guy that gets left off is Paul Ellering.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think because he was more of a, I think he had several guys before he got with LOD, that kind of thing. But once he got with them, he stuck with them. So I think he kind of gets left out just because his young managerial career was kind of just like, I think maybe Florida somewhere. I don't remember exactly.
See, I got to see Skandar before he died in Louisiana.
Yeah.
I think he managed like Spoiler 2000 or something.
Yep, that was him.
And I thought that was cool because I'd never got to see him in real life.
Right.
So
he's really cool.
What was he, like 80 something? He had to be, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they led him to the ring and he just stood there.
Yeah.
So it was just strictly you're getting name value.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed Bobby Heenan, and I know that's probably the answer everybody gives, but I just like the fact that he sold, he worked, even after he did the Weasel thing, it was so much. He was just as much as part of wrestling as Hogan was, or whatever.
Yeah.
Where some of the other managers, they may have been really a real good part of wrestling or whatever, a big major player in wrestling, but I don't think anybody had that same appeal as Bobby. Maybe Cornette, but that would probably be.
But you gotta look at it this way: if Andre had never joined Heenan, Hulkamania would just have been a blip on the radar.
That's true.
That's what was the big angle. Well, going to Heenan, screw you, I want a title shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Ripped the chain off of his neck and all that stuff. So, but I always enjoyed Bobby. I enjoy Cornette's promos. That was, that's a big role that managers do, is they have to be able to talk.
I hope, because that's the whole point, considering especially a job of a manager, basically your guy can't talk worth nothing, so you're out there being mouth man.
Right. So, and he gives you more options. It's kind of like you have people say, "Oh, I love tag team wrestling over singles because you can do more with a tag team." Well, that manager, you can do more with that manager than you can if you didn't have one. So
get him a cheap shot.
Right. But I don't think people realize, back in the day, or at least I know it was in some cases, managers legit managed the wrestlers. Like they would book their flights, book their hotels. They would, help them save their money. Like they took care. They wasn't just, hey, we show up at the, I'll meet you there at 5, and then I'll walk to the ring with you.
They made the deals for them, got them transferred to other companies.
Right. So they were legit managers.
Took care of cars.
Right. And I know, if you go back and watch, and this is just me watching, kind of hindsight 2020 or whatever. If you notice, a lot of the guys from the 70s, especially in New York, where you had, Freddie Blassie, you had the Grand Wizard, and Oliver Humperdinck, and that kind of thing. Those guys, they would come to the ring, cut promos, whatever. But once the matches started, they went to the back. Where I think, and I don't know if it was like this everywhere, but at least there, it seemed like your manager didn't stay until the 80s, like when it was really getting big. Like he would stay out there the whole time.
Well, I know some of that was some of like age, like Freddie Blassie was 1,000 or whatever the hell he was, so he couldn't bump for you. So what's the point in being out there?
I guess so. So, like, top head, name 5 managers, just right off the top of your head.
Oh, God. I say Skandar, Cornette, $1 Million Man.
Yeah.
Bobby E. And I was trying to get one that just isn't exactly known. Bowling up in OVW.
Kenny Bowling, yeah. All right, I'll throw out 5. I'll try not to use the same 5, but I'm gonna say Paul Ellering, Missy Hyatt.
I didn't say any women.
Yeah,
there's a bunch.
Sherry Martell, Paul Jones, and the coach, John Tullis.
Tell you what, another one was damn.
He was with Perfect, yeah, with a whistle.
Yeah.
Fonzie. There's another one.
Fonzie was good. Fonzie was good because he was interactive and bumped his ass off for him. Oh, what was his name? The guy dressed up like a cowboy. He used to wrestle, but he was in WCW. He ran with Buck and all that.
Oh, Colonel Rob Parker.
That's him, yeah.
I love Colonel Rob Parker. He's kind of on the wish list, like I could get. Like I know he's not that, like he's in like Alabama, Florida somewhere. So I mean,
he still does shows every once in a while.
So he would be somebody I'd love to have.
I just remember it was the Outsiders versus Harlem Heat for the WCW titles. And like they're coming after him, he's like, "Screw that! Hit him with this!" And he throws him his freaking cane, and like they beat the crap out of Harlem Heat with his cane. So I was like, "Wow, you're real helpful."
Yeah, I liked it, and of course he was with Jeff Jarrett, J.E.
Oh God, yes, I forgot about
Double
that.
F. But he was Tennessee Lee then, so.
Damn, he wrestles down here, but he was something else in WCW.
Bill Dundee was Sir William.
That's it. Cause I liked him as Sir William.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
He was with Regal.
Yeah.
Now, did he help manage when Regal was with Bobby Eaton? Was
the Blue Bloods?
Yeah, was he part of that?
I think he was. I'd have to look, but I think he was.
Let's say I see bits and pieces of that, but I was a gung ho WWFer.
I was flip floppy.
So I would catch here and there because I was a wrestling fan, but.
If I had to choose 605 TBS, that's what I used to see all the time. We Clash of Champions when I was lucky because we didn't have the money for pay-per-views.
Yeah, well, see, that's why we didn't grow up with like cable or whatever. Of course, satellite wasn't. It was a thing, but it wasn't a thing. And so, if the video store didn't have it, you didn't see it. Or like I had a cousin, I would go to my grandma's, and my cousin, like his parents. Like he was the last kid or whatever, and it was a 5-10 year difference between the kids or whatever. So they spoiled him. So he had like all the Coliseum videos, all the WWF stuff. So he probably had $2,000 worth of wrestling, cassettes. And he was 7, So
let me ask you something. Isn't it true like the company that did the videos for WWE also did like porn?
That's true. Coliseum Video, like they formed a different company with Titan Sports or whatever, Titan Entertainment or whatever it was, and Coliseum Video was essentially backed by Vince and porn company. So I guess you could say Coliseum Video was the original XPW.
So that's where the entertainment comes in from.
So yeah, absolutely. And I didn't know that till here recently.
I've heard it over the years, but I never knew if it was true or not. And I've never really looked into it. So,
it was always fun. What about the independents? What's like? I know here in Ego we've had a few managers, but we haven't really had managers. We've had Big Ramp from time to time. We had myself when I was with the Nightmare. We've had guys come in that had their own manager. I know when we brought in. Went blank. Can't remember his name, but he had a guy with him up in Canton. They came in with like Christian Haim, Jeremiah Plunkett, those guys. Jeremy Flint. He came in. He had a guy that was managing him.
Okay.
Logan Creed, not you, but the other Logan Creed. He came in with Brooklyn Creed. We had Double D, the Force. He came in with Princess Erica. So but those were not far fetched. I guess the only real manager we've had in Ego is myself and Big Ramp.
I was gonna say, I've only been managed by 2 people. That was you and Tim Hendricks.
Yep.
Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom, I presume.
Yep.
So, on the indie levels, is there a manager out there that you're like, hey, this guy's giving it a go? Like I have one guy. The only one I know
of is Blaylock, man. And I've only seen him once or twice, and I think he's a good promo, and he still bumps and everything. Yeah. So,
well, I was thinking about point blank again. Stokely Hathaway. He manages in Evolve and Ring of Honor.
Like the little bitty black dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Chikara. He's now Chuck Taylor trademark because he beat Chuck Taylor for the name or whatever.
Okay.
So
I've seen him, but I haven't seen enough to be able to go, hey, go watch
he's
him.
not bad at all.
Yeah.
I enjoy what little bit I have seen, and it's very little, you know.
That's what I say. I mean, I think Blaylock's good. It's just I haven't seen much. He doesn't come in our area. So
yeah. Is there any guys out there, at least around here, that you think, okay, hey, when your career is over, if that's today or 5 years from now, they would be great managers? I have a couple.
Monty's one.
Monty
for sure.
is absolutely one. Like, I think there's a, you know, if he gets to the point where he wants to hang up the boots, he could definitely pick up that role.
I'd probably say Shaky. Even though he's a big guy, but he can talk pretty decent.
Well, Tennessee Lee was huge.
Yeah.
You know. I think Shaky would be.
But sometimes you want, you know, the cowardly manager. You're more or less a cowardly manager.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
I mean, what's going to get more heat? A guy that looks like he can beat the hell out of you, or the guy that's going to run like hell?
Yeah.
You know.
I run.
Not far, but you run.
Yeah. Well, I do quick spurts.
Yeah.
All I got to do is run fast enough to be in front of the guy behind me. You know.
Yeah. I've chased you. I know.
I think, the Pharaoh Funk.
Yeah.
I think he would be a good manager.
Yeah.
He definitely has charisma out the wazoo. You know, he can talk.
Yeah.
So he would be, which, you know, he started out as a manager. So it only makes sense that he would make a good manager. Right. I think Outlaw J.D. McKay would make a great manager. If you had that kind of, remember, like, Shanghai Pearson, Tex Salinger, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you could put like guys like that with JD. I think it would be really cool. I think who else is out there? There's not a lot of managers.
You ain't got a lot of great talkers. No, there's a problem there. You got a lot of good wrestlers. You don't have a lot of good talkers.
Well,
it's just a fact.
I think there's a lot of that is simply because nobody wants to be.
Talk.
Well, no, just you have guys that can talk, you know. But they want to be wrestlers, but they may not need they may serve a better place as a manager than it would a wrestler. You know what I mean?
I've seen some guys that serve better as a referee.
Yeah, well, same example. You don't have those people. Oh, you know what I want to be when I grow up, or you know, I was such a big wrestling fan I couldn't wait to referee. Like, you don't have those guys, but there's places for that. So I mean, that's my whole thing. Is like there's a place for you know. Like, one of my favorite movies is Ratatouille. It's a Disney movie. It's about a rat.
I know, but I'm just like, where the hell does this go at in wrestling?
Well, I'm going to get to that. But the whole thing is, like, there's a cook, you know, the chef or whether it died or where he wrote the cookbook. Anybody can cook. Yeah. You know, well, in that same statement, I think there's a place for everybody in wrestling.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean as a wrestler, you know. I mean, there's guys there's managers, there's referees, there's ring announcers, there's people that run the cameras, there's people that put the ring up, you know, like, you know, there's street crews. I mean, there's so much that a person could be if they wanted to be involved in wrestling, but most people go, well, if I can't wrestle, I'm not going to be involved. You know, well,
you do interviews and work the fucking, I work the camera. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but you also wrestled. Yeah. It's not like could you say, well, I was the greatest, you know, cameraman ever? Like, would you have been so involved in wrestling had it not been for you wrestled?
Probably.
Like, if you had never, like, if you went to, you know, where you started at, and
I was doing security for a year.
But if you never moved any further than that, would you still be involved in wrestling?
I would have probably been around somehow.
I think so. Me too. I think if I never did anything other than, hey, you're the guy that ran the camera, I think I'd be the best cameraman ever.
Exactly. That's why
or at least like the hope I would be.
Like I was telling you earlier, and we can go into this a little bit if you want to, but guys send you videos to watch. You ask me to watch them because you know I watch wrestling and know I'll tell you the truth. But if you get a camera and it looks like it's being filmed by Michael J. Fox, I can't watch it. It drives me freaking crazy. It's terrible. Your wife, your boyfriend, your son, whoever it is needs to learn how to hold still or get you a tripod. The tripod is $30 at Walmart. I know for a fact because I bought two. Got one in the back seat right here. That's one of the best investments you'll ever make. And if you're trying to send a video to somebody and they can't watch it,
Yeah.
they're not going to book you.
I'll tell you what bothers me more than a shaky camera.
Oh my God, what?
Is people film like this. Well, when you go to watch it,
Oh, yeah, and
you only get, like, you need to turn your camera sideways. That's probably, I'm like, this may be good, but I can't really tell. You know, it's so small. So
or invest in a camera, dude. I mean, they're like $200, but I swear, $230 could save your butt and might hit you at WWE. You never know.
You never know. I mean, it's all about promotion.
It is.
You know, it's not how great you are in the ring; it's how well you can promote yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
if it looks like crap, don't nobody care.
Look at Warrior. You know, Warrior was not the best wrestler. You know,
but he was built like a brick. You know what?
But he looked great, and Vince promoted him.
Yeah.
You know. So
that just
it's all how you hide it, you know. I don't know. What do you watched any wrestling lately? I guess we're going from managers.
I went from the to the Dominion thing and watched it the other night.
That's the New Japan, right?
Yeah, New Japan.
Anything stick out?
Well, the Kenny Omega thing went an hour.
Wow.
And it was actually better than the first one, in my opinion.
That's a goal I'd like to see.
A lot of people are saying it, and it's just, it went an hour. And like Broadway, nothing, you know, and everybody's like, well, it was better than the first one. So, well, how many stars do you give this one? Because this last one was 6. Exactly.
9 stars.
So that's what everybody's like, they think, you know, Meltzer even, I think, said that he thinks he screwed up when he said the 6-star thing, because everybody's like, well, now this is better than the last one. So what do you do now?
Well, you give it 6 stars again.
Yeah, but how? It's better. You see what I'm saying?
6 1/4.
That's why you never could have said, you never should say 5. You say like 4 or whatever. Because you broke the system now. Now the system's screwed. What do you do?
Yeah. Well, you forget it, pretend it didn't happen, and keep on doing what you do. You know, I mean, that's the truth.
Yes.
So,
let me ask your opinion, because I wrote something you wrote on there the other day. Well, some did. I talked about how basically it come from another conversation. I was watching a wrestling match. I won't say who it was, because it was somebody I know.
Yeah.
But it was they were wrestling, and honest to God, they got that they're stuck here. I know where to go. Not a clue. They dive 2 times in a match, come off top rope, got all kinds of response. But honest to God, they got lost.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you don't know the basics, but you did all the other crap, but you look like a fool when you got there in one spot, what's the point of a dive? You'll never win a match with a dive. Never happened. Not one time in the history of wrestling has a dive ever won a match. I bet you. You go find one.
It's got to be at least one.
No.
At least one.
No.
I mean, the guy had like...
I mean, I guess Cactus dropping the elbow to the floor and then throw him in the ring and pinning him? Maybe. That's not really a dive.
Edge won his debut match with a dive.
He broke the dude's neck.
Still won.
He broke his neck.
He still won.
The dude's paralyzed.
No, he's not.
He was then.
But I'm just... He won his debut match with a dive. So you can't say nobody's ever won a dive. It happened.
He killed that dude.
Well, that's the point.
He paralyzed the poor bastard.
Not to kill him, but I mean,
Los Barriquas dude or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, the hairy one, I think.
Yeah.
So
that's real specific.
But okay, but still, Edge won by count out.
But I bet he can do a damn hammerlock. He knew how to get out of the damn thing. He didn't stand there like an idiot.
So, but no, what you had wrote was...
No, this was you went on to the second part of what I'd wrote the day before.
Did I miss?
Yeah, I'd done 2 in a row. I was more or less carrying the conversation.
The dive. You said something about those that dive can't talk or something like that, and the first word popped in my head was Shawn Michaels.
I can't, but yeah.
I was like, Shawn Michaels dove and talked.
Yeah, there's not many though that do.
But yeah,
my whole thing was I wanted people to try to look different. Everybody looks the same now. Everybody does.
I do agree that
everybody does a top rope spot.
Yeah, I do agree. But now that's essentially why like your British style is starting to get over, is because there's not so many dives. I mean, not saying these guys don't, because I don't watch a lot of it, but they wrestle. You know, that's the reason these guys get over. You know, it's because they're different.
It's just sometimes we'll have 3 matches and I can damn near call what they can do next.
I had a conversation with a guy. I won't mention his name, but he's like, "Look, I'm on this show that's out of state." He's like, "I know there's going to be, there's going to be this hard hitting match from here. There's going to be this match here where they do the flippy stuff." Mm-hmm. He's like, "What are we going to do to be different?" I was like, "Tell the story of building up to doing that big flippy spot. Like if in his that's his spot. Like he has a finisher that comes off the top. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, if you go far, you get cut off. Go far, you get a little closer. Maybe you get to your first foot, 1 foot on the first rope, 1 foot on the second. Bam, you're cut off. You work back. You hit something. You get almost to the top. Cut off. You get to the top. Cut off. You get all the way up. You're about to go. Boom. He moves. He puts the knees up. Whatever. Build all the way up to it. When you finally hit it, bam, now you're completely different than everybody else because you told a story about you built the match, told the story of this is what I need to do to win this match.
Right.
Is hit this move. So
my biggest point was don't fill up your damn bump card on doing pointless freaking moves for no reason to the floor. Concrete doesn't give.
I can vouch for all
hell,
that.
me too. You know what I mean? And jumping off top rope is a pointless bump unless you're gonna freaking win the match.
Coming from a guy that got hurt.
I tore my shit up.
Climbing to the top rope to do something off the top
stupid.
rope.
Exactly. That's why I'm telling you not to do it. It's fucking stupid. Unless you're gonna win with a move, or it's something damn good way you protect yourself with. Don't do it.
Were you gonna win with this move?
Hell, I may have. If I would have hit Glory with a splash off the top,
He
and
might
that
not
was
have got
probably
up.
one of the biggest I'd ever been in my life. Yeah, he probably wouldn't have won the move.
Yeah. I've had a few guys
But I'm just like,
do moves on me, and I'm like, you win.
but I'm
Pin me.
like, don't fill up your bump card. You only got so many.
Yeah. You think that's realistic?
What?
Your bump card?
Yeah, I really do. Because think about it, Dusty fell at home and died from a fall at home. That technically was his last bump. I mean, it sounds fucked up to say, but in a way it's true. Think about that.
It's different.
And they said that Harley Race he fell and broke both his damn legs. Again, bump card, it comes back. It sounds weird to say it that way, but it's the honest to God truth. As you get older, if you fall, it's still a bump.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
that's one way to look at it. Yeah, so hey, let's end it there because I ain't got nothing to top of that.
Sorry.
So anything going on? What you got coming up?
I'm gonna do some ego on brakes. I'm not gonna say they're the greatest ego on brakes.
That's what we're doing now.
I mean, ego on brakes. Holy horse! Yeah.
Snazzles.
Yeah.
Horse snazzles.
Yeah.
Life and headlocks.
Life and headlocks. Yeah, there's some life and headlocks coming. We'll just say that, and you watch them and give your own approval.
Well, hey.
And send some comments at the bottom. I'm curious what y'all got to say about these.
All right. So and if you were looking for ego on brakes, we just I just made 14 of them public. I didn't realize they had been on private. So all the ones we've done last month, they're up now. So I may wait a day or so to put this one up, let those kind of get out there, and I may hit this one up about Friday. So
I'll try to share them.
We've got June 24th coming up at the Hideaway. It's John Davis versus Joey Abel.
Mm-hmm.
So excited about that.
I do got a question for you, Lee.
Yeah.
Who is Orion Taylor going to face for his belt, or is it on the line?
It is on the line.
Okay.
And there are 1, 2, maybe 3 people he's going to be facing. Could be a single, could be a triple threat, could be a 4-way.
You're no damn help. I just asked.
Yep. I'll tell you the guys. I'll give you a list of guys. There's potentially a Chuck McMullen versus Orion Taylor matchup.
Mm-hmm.
There's potentially a Ryan Taylor Lucas Frost matchup. Potentially there is a Riot versus Orion Taylor matchup. Potentially there is a him versus him versus him versus him matchup.
I'm gonna run in. Shit.
And well, speaking of run-ins, Nightmare's still on the loose, so you never know, he may run in and
I kick his ass. I've never been beat by the Nightmare, so I got 2 victories over, as a matter of fact. But he was awesome at that point. So
the Nightmare is awesome. I agree. So yeah, that's gonna happen at the Hideaway. So come and see what random person fights Orion Taylor for the Pro Wrestling Ego Styles title.
Hey, he asked for this video, so this is for you, Orion.
Quack, 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 quack. He's a cow. It's awesome. Later.